Good afternoon. My name is Jessi Sheridan, and I have the privilege of serving as the Chief Operating Officer of Delta Phi Epsilon International Sorority. It is my honor to present to you the report of the state of the sorority. Over the last biennium, Delta Phi Epsilon has seen significant growth within the operations of the collegiate experience, as well as the alumni and volunteer experiences. 2 years ago, we left Buffalo after a forum filled with learning and connecting and set off to begin the inaugural class of the reimagined International Leadership Consultant Program. After 4 weeks of immersive training, 10 consultants began traveling, making 332 visits in the 2018-2019 academic year. Each chapter received at least 3 visits that year in an effort to create a foundation for sustainable organizational growth moving forward. There were many lessons learned that year, and one thing is for sure, these women were making an impact on our collegiate membership. Visits were focused on recruitment, operations, and specialized support. Not only did these visits help our chapters, but they also provided in-depth knowledge into the strengths and weaknesses of the organization, which ultimately has propelled the Collegiate Experience Department into a direction of intentional growth through programming, resources, and support. The 2018-2019 year brought a plethora of new and updated resources, such as a full online learning library and platform through dphielearning.com. Through this learning management system and partnership with LaunchPoint Consulting, DPHIE has been able to move new member orientation online with video modules and quizzes for new members to take at their own pace. Coupled with the online learning modules, new members received newly updated manuals, and new member educators were provided with a facilitator guide to assist new members with their learning. In addition to a refreshed look and updated content for new member orientation, the Team Excellence Manual was enhanced to reflect new information and content that speaks to today's collegiate leader. In partnership with alumna Lindsay Karp, each leadership team member received access to mini officer manuals to support them in their roles. Finally, the Standards Board manual was edited and updated to ensure that each chapter has the information necessary to provide a just Standards Board experience for internal relationships and accountability. All of these resources can be found on my.dphiE. Delta Phi Epsilon's Leadership Resource Portal. 2018-2019 was a busy year for organizational growth with the addition of Zeta Lambda at Farmingdale State College and Zeta Kappa at Union College, where we welcomed a total of 85 new members into our sisterhood. We also successfully presented at the University of Tampa and were selected to re-charter the Delta Upsilon chapter in the fall of 2019. Through fall and spring recruitment processes, we welcomed a total of 3,134 new members into Delta Phi Epsilon that year, utilizing the technology platform MyVote, which is in partnership with the technology company Technify. Of those new members, 20 of them were legacies. 4 Engage You sessions were held that year at Drexel and Webster Universities, Rochester Institute of Technology, and SUNY Cortland. Through the chapter assessment program, 6 chapters were welcomed into the 1917 Club, including Alpha Theta, Gamma Phi, Gamma Eta, Gamma Zeta, Phi Lambda, and Zeta Theta. Congratulations to these chapters on their hard work and achievement of 5 stars. Within talent management and alumni engagement, the 2018-2019 academic year re-engaged many alumni through the placement of advisors, the chartering of new alumni associations, the ongoing development of existing and new committees, and the initiation of 6 alumni initiates. A priority focus for the talent management team in fall 2018 was to place advisors in vacant positions to ensure that chapters had the support that was needed to support the undergraduate members and the new initiatives coming out of the Collegiate Experience Department. In the fall term alone, 72 new advisors were placed, and at the end of the academic year, a total of 191 new advisors were supporting our 109 chapters. The talent management team didn't stop with placement, however, and began to develop resources and tools needed to support the growing chapter advisory boards. In addition to growing numbers of chapter advisory board members, the number of alumni associations began to rise with the chartering of the Albany, Indianapolis, Charlotte, and North Star, Texas alumni associations. With the addition of these 4 associations by the end of the 2018-2019 year, the association count rose to 25 active associations. In the second year of the biennium, building off of the previous year's momentum, the collegiate operations continued to evolve. 11 international leadership consultants, including 1 returning senior consultant, began their travels in July 2019, making 215 chapter visits to 110 chapters. With the use of technology, we successfully moved leadership team officer transitions online through DeFiElearning.com, which included video content, resources, and quizzes on how to lead and grow through the team excellence model. In addition to the technological upgrade, all chapters shifted to a calendar year transition cycle to help with consistency within the operational productivity of the organization. In the fall of 2019, the organization continued to grow with the addition and rechartering of our 110th collegiate chapter at the University of Tampa. The Delta Epsilon chapter was rechartered with 70 founding members and had a collegiate roll of 79 by the end of the biennium. This has truly been a beautiful celebration of alumni members and new members sharing in the bonds of sisterhood. Additionally, through chapter recruitment, we saw the addition of 1,381 new members into our fall recruiting chapters. In addition to the support from the leadership consultants, a chapter coaching program was implemented to provide narrowly tailored, data-driven support to 20 of DeFi's highest need chapters and 5 pilot chapters that already demonstrated strong operations. Each coaching chapter received at least 2 visits during the academic year, and noticeable improvements were seen across the board in the collegiate experience key performance indicators of recruitment, programming, and leadership roles held on campus. This model will continue to be utilized to support a cohort of chapters annually. Throughout this year, a large focus in the collegiate space was placed on the health and wellness of our chapters through a partnership developed with MJ Insurance. This partnership focused on the development and approval of the International Alcohol, Hazing, and Risk Management Policy and the creation of a health and wellness philosophy centered on holistic wellness as a necessary foundation for achieving DeFi's global purpose of creating a sense of belonging for all members. The policy will officially be implemented in January of 2021 due to COVID-19 and our wish to focus on education at the appropriate time given the global circumstances. We saw a welcome decrease in chapter policy violations due to an increased education and training at the chapter officer level, elevated support provided to chapters from the ILC and chapter coaching program, increased placement and training of chapter advisory board members, and more emphasis on peer accountability through the educated use of the standards board model. Chapter policy violations decreased from 12 in 2018-2019 to 4 in 2019-2020. In February 2020, the IRIS Experience Survey, a collegiate membership data collection survey, launched through a partnership with Dyad Strategies with a 73% completion rate by our undergraduate chapter members. Utilizing this data gathered will help DeFi have a baseline knowledge of where our chapters are currently and provide a roadmap for the future for the organization. Staff are currently participating in a series of trainings to provide education across departments, so results can be infused into all aspects of the organizational operations. A series of reports are being created based on the data, and results will be shared with the membership broadly in early fall. On March 13th, traveling for our international leadership consultants came to a halt with due to COVID-19 virus. The pandemic did not stop the good work of this team. Consultants shifted into virtual roles, each taking on a portfolio of 10 to 12 chapters to provide support with a focus on conducting essential chapter business, maintaining sisterhood, and increasing engagement for the remainder of the academic year. Feedback from our collegiate members, advisors, and campus partners demonstrated to us that while the connections were virtual, they were making an impact in a truly unprecedented time. Due to COVID-19 and the midterm move to virtual learning for all campuses, most chapters were able to begin new member orientation, but were unable to complete their education or host initiation. Through recruitment, the organization offered membership to 1,568 new members. Spring 2020 new members received a 6-week BDFIE newsletter to walk through the BDFIE online new member orientation program. Virtual initiation ceremonies have taken place within many chapters this summer in an effort to complete the new member experience and welcome these new members into the DeFi sisterhood. Throughout this year, 50 legacies joined the organization. At the end of the academic year, the International Governing Board determined that to close the Gamma Omicron chapter at Georgia Southern University due to decreasing membership numbers, largely due to the lack of support and sense of belonging created by the Panhellenic and fraternal community on campus. We welcome the remaining members of Gamma Omicron into our alumni sisterhood and look forward to continuing to provide each of these members with an experience rich with tradition, innovation, and opportunities for growth. 3 Engage You sessions were held during the 2019-2020 academic year. Rochester Institute of Technology, the College of New Jersey, and Capital University. Due to low registration numbers for Northern Arizona University and COVID-19 affecting the University of Miami Engage You sessions, both of these events were canceled. Overall, due to evolution within collegiate experience offerings, increased support provided by ILCs, and a steady decline in event registration over the past 2 years, a decision was made to shift away from the Engage You model for the 2020-2021 academic year. This academic year will instead be used to prepare for a new educational program framework with in-person opportunities to be offered in the future. Through the Chapter Assessment Program, the 1917 Club welcomed 10 chapters, including Alpha Mu, Delta Omega, Epsilon Gamma, Epsilon Omicron, Gamma Epsilon, Lambda, Omega, Phi Pi, Psi, and Zeta Kappa. Congratulations to these 5-star chapters. In the second half of the biennium, the talent management team continued to focus on developing the pipeline to leadership by transitioning advisor training to online modules and quizzes housed on DeFiLearning.com. These online lessons helped new and current advisors learn and relearn the roles of their specific advisory positions, how to support collegiate chapters, understanding generational differences, and more. Manuals were also created as supplementary materials to support the overall growth of our chapter advisory board members. In an effort to understand the strengths and areas for improvement for our chapter advisory boards, a scorecard was developed which is due annually on April 15th. This self-reporting scorecard is based on core competencies and includes an opportunity for the chapter president to provide feedback for the lead advisor. This measure helps to provide a holistic view of the chapter advisory board's effectiveness. At the end of the 2019-2020 academic year, Delta Phi Epsilon has a total of 479 advisors supporting our 109 collegiate chapters. In the fall of 2019, in conjunction with a regional Engage You program, the Alumni Leadership Academy was piloted at the College of New Jersey. This program has had breakout sessions focused on strategic planning, branding, conflict management, advocacy, and the current state of the collegiate landscape. The goal for this program was to reach 25 alumni through programming and connection. 34 alumni ended up participating, and the feedback was positive. This program will continue to run simultaneously with future collegiate leadership programming. Alumni associations continued to grow with the addition of one association in the 2019-2020 year. With the most recent chartering of the Space Coast Alumni Association, 455 total members are engaged in our 26 alumni associations. The Alumni Initiate program received a refresh, including a new podcast-style training focused on the 5 S's. Major changes to the program include the weeks that focus on social and scholarship. Social will now focus on an overall social awareness in regards to women's issues, advocacy, and their individual communities. Scholarship will now focus on career readiness, career transition, and professional development. In the spring of 2020, this program had 17 Alumni Initiate candidates. A virtual initiation is being coordinated. In an effort to provide recognition to our volunteers and staff who go above and beyond in the areas of inclusion, integrity, and/or innovation, the IRIS Award was implemented. We have recognized one winner to this date. Heather Green has been recognized for her innovation within our Texas chapters and alumni associations. Congratulations to Heather. As I come to the close of my report, I am happy and proud to say that the future of the collegiate and alumni operations looks bright, as a strong foundation has been established for growth and development. I thank you for your time and attention, and I look forward to working with you all over the next biennium.